Hold my wine, bitches! Alright guys, I know it's been 7 months since I last uploaded, but I am back. At the end of this episode, I'm going to explain why I stopped, what I've been up to, and why I've returned. For now, let's jump into some hands. With a $10 straddle on, we're under the gun holding ace-ace, queen-deuce, rainbow at a 5-handed game. We make the call, we go 4 ways to a flop. Watch me whip, watch me nay-nay, bitches! The flop comes ace-9-3, rainbow. When it checks to me, the flop is extremely dry, there's no flush draws, not much coordination except for a wheel draw, which we do block. So while it may be difficult for me to get called on the flop if I bet, since I have so much of the board, I think my check here is bad. I'm allowing my opponents to pick up additional equity on the turn that could cost me the pot in the end, and I'm not building the pot while I'm ahead. It checks around, and one of my opponents calls for a deuce. The turn is the 4 of diamonds. It completes the rainbow board, but it also puts a potential straight out there. When it checks to me, I opt to bet 25. Only the player on my left makes the call. The river is the 6 of hearts. We both check it down, and I'm good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Top set. Just top set. It's a 6-handed $15 double board bomb pot, and in the small blind I'm dealt king-jack, 10-8, with 3 hearts to my king. The boards come out king 7-4 rainbow, and jack-jack 3 with 2 spades. I check. The player on my left makes a pot-sized bet of 90 and gets insta-called by the player on his left. I make the call and we go 3 ways to a turn. The turns come the 9 of clubs and the 2 of diamonds. This is great news overall. We've just turned a wrap draw on the top board and we still have 3 jacks with strong kickers on the other board. I check. The player on my left bets the pot of 360. The second player calls and I'm wondering if I need to suck out to win here, but I can't fold and now this pot is getting really big. The rivers are the 9 of spades and the 2 of clubs, not improving my hand. I check. The player who's been potting each street is all in for 35. We both make the call, ballooning this pot to over $1,500. Got a king on one board and 3 jacks with a king kicker on the other. God damn it. 7s.
What's good on the bottom? King jack.
Yeah, 3 jacks with a king kicker.
You guys can take your 35s back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's a dead small blind. I'm under the gun +1. I limp in holding ace-jack 8-3, suited in diamonds to my ace. We take the flop 8 ways. The flop is an interesting one, falling 8-4-3 rainbow, giving us top and bottom pair on a pretty janky board. I have to find out if someone has a big wrap now. Alright, pop, motherfuckers.
You heard the man. 40.
I get raised to 160.
160.
If I show, will you fold?
Right?
If I show, will you fold?
You show and then I'll let you know.
I verbally jab with the guy a bit, and I get the feeling he isn't all that strong or comfortable, so I opt to make the call. Alright, pick me.
You're picking me already.
The turn falls the 5 of spades, completing a lot of the straight draws.
360.
That probably is you. 2 pair, no good. Show it for the vlog. Show it for the vlog. Ooh, set of. Ooh, I was in trouble. Okay. I had some outs. I had some outs. Nice hand, nice hand. Under the gun, I limp in holding double-suited deuces. 2 callers behind us, and now the button makes it 30. I call and we take the flop 4-handed. The flop comes down 7-4 deuce with 2 diamonds. We flop bottom set on a coordinated board that presents straight and flush draws as a concern, but it's checked around. The turn comes the 5 of hearts. We check. The original raiser now bets 100. I'm not buying what he's selling. He raised pre-flop. I just don't think this board hit him all that hard. If he had a straight draw on the flop, and he was the pre-flop raiser, and he was last to act, why not bet the flop as well? I make the call, but so does the hijack. The 8 of clubs falls on the river, and it winds up checked around. Unfortunately for me, my opponent on the button shows down ace, king, queen 3, having bink the 4 outer to make the wheel on the turn. I'm in the big blind in a 7-handed bomb pot holding 10-9, 6-5, double suited in spades and clubs. The board comes out King 4 Deuce Rainbow and 8-5-5 with 2 hearts. I flopped a gut shot to the nuts up top and 3 5s on bottom, but I don't block the heart draw, and you can still run into 8s full in these spots, so you don't want to get married when you flop the bottom trips. There's a pot size bet behind me, 1 caller, and I opt to see a turn. A gut shot's better than a nut shot, bitches. The turns come the 3 of spades and the 4 of spades. This is fantastic because now I've turned the stone cold nuts on one board and I've picked up some straight equity on the other board. I have to apply max pressure and I bet the full pot of $420. I may be able to fold out a hand that has me beat on the bottom and maybe has equity to outdraw me up top.
Looks like it's on you, Keith Sweat.
Keith Sweat.
God damn it. That was terrible.
Got him. Thank you, sir.
Did you bluff me? You got 5-6?
Would I ever bluff? Thank you, sir.
I'm leaving after that. I'm on
No,
tilt.
he's on tilt.
I'm on tilt.
Push that button.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
You're not gonna play your blind.
Set of kings, dude.
I'm in the cutoff holding the extremely pretty ace-ace, jack-9 double suited in spades and diamonds. The $10 straddle's on, there's 3 callers to me. I make the call, the button calls, and now the small blind can't help himself and makes it 85. The original straddler folds, and now one of the limpers shoves for 145. There's 1 caller, the cutoff folds, and now all of my best laid plans come into action as I announce pot. I think it's supposed to be 725 now that I'm looking at the totals, but the dealer in the moment says it puts me all in, so at the time I shove my 1,050 into the middle. The small blind is all in for a few hundred, and the cold caller in between folds, so our main pot is 630, the side pot has another 320 in it. We agree to run it twice. All right, 320 on the side. Oh my God. What I gotta do? Yeah, well, you know, I gotta hold up.
You can't lose.
No, I can lose. I lose all the time.
You made the nut.
I got the nut flush on that one.
Nut flush in the bottom.
And then I got aces on the other board.
Aces on the top. So he gets the sign.
The turn would have made me so happy when in the last one.
You win the whole pot.
I won the whole thing. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Oh my God.
The live 10 is on. I'm under the gun +1 with ace-ace. 8-7 suited in clubs to my ace. I make the call. The button calls. And another small blind just can't help themselves, and they make it 60. The straddler calls, and I call, as does the button. And we take the flop 4-handed. The flop comes 10-6-4 rainbow, giving me backdoor nut clubs and a double gut shot. Any 5 or 9 will make us the nut straight. The player on my right fires 200, and I make the call. The short stack behind me is all in for 140. Hold my wine, bitches! The turn is the 9 of diamonds. It gets me there, and now the fool to my right just bets off $450, just throwing his money away. I pot, and now he shoves? Pot. Call. Twice? Okay, I got the nuts.
Me too.
Oh, you got a redraw? That's not good.
It's good for him.
That's good for him, yeah.
It's good for your dog, though.
Diamond. It's 11.
No diamond.
What a fucking
1175. All
diamond.
right. There we go. Chop it up.
You got a fucking gutter really drawn.
I had double gutter. So pull these back. What's that? No, I film and I put it on YouTube. Not this time. Sometimes.
Timmy.
Thank you for no dining.
Thank you. Thank you. And the back button.
Not like that. When you get 100.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. That last hand was a close one. This could have easily been a losing session for me. Luckily, I was being free rolled, but I managed to wind up chopping that one, and I wound up booking a win of $993 for the session. This video, as well as the next few videos, is actually content that I filmed quite a while ago. I have a pretty extensive backlog of content that I never got to turn into vlogs. I am filming new content now. I just started that recently. I'm probably gonna, mix them up, so I'll have some of the older content, some of the newer content mixed in as I start releasing on a regular basis. What's been nice is that the content that I'm editing right now has been mostly winning sessions, which felt really good. It felt like it was nice to remember what it felt like to win again, because I am coming off a horrible September. I mean, everything that could go wrong potentially did go wrong. I felt I played pretty well, but I mean, people were just getting there against me in ridiculous spots. I had a guy in a double board bomb pod where on the turn I was 72% on one board, 82% on the other board against him. I lost the entire thing. I got scooped. Same guy, I've got him. I'm 90% equity on the turn. In a regular hand, he gets me there. I played the PLO and the Big O tournaments at the Lodge all month. I was finishing 1 to 4 spots outside of the money over and over and over, including one spot where I flopped queens full of threes, and he hit a 3 on the river to make quads on me. So, just the one outer there, just these spots that I'm like, can I ever win again? It was really feeling like that now. Fortunately, October has been better. I've been turning it around in the cash game streets. The tournaments are still eluding me. I'm still going deep in them, but I'm not finding the caches still. But I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep at it. All right, so now to the elephant in the room. Why did I stop posting? Where have I been? What have I been up to? Vlogging is a lot of work. I will spend anywhere from 1.5 to 2 days to create a vlog that'll be, 15 to 30 minutes. And that's not full days, but, as much as you can stand in the editing booth for each day. And that's a significant amount of time. I was putting out a vlog every single week for over a year. And you're spending, 6 to 8 days worth of time to put this material together. And with YouTube, I'd be lucky if I was making $100 each month. So, 6 to 8 days for $100 is not the return on investment that I'm really looking for, especially, having put in over a year into it. So in that sense, it was not rewarding. Plus, there's other vloggers out there, and there's people gaming the system. They buy fake views, they buy fake subscribers. They're gaming it, they're faking it till they make it, and some of them have found success. And it's irritating, when you're putting in the work and you're not trying to cheat the system, and you're seeing these people making ridiculous amounts of money, and there's no way in a million years they're getting hundreds of millions of views on their short or some bullshit. Like, if you have 5 million people watch your short 20 times each, that's 100 million views, right? If they just sat there with a loop of it. Like, come on, so, and if you call them out, everyone's like, oh, you're just jealous, you're a hater, blah, blah, blah. They found success. I don't know. But, so that was another thing that irritated me. Now, to combat some of the pressure that I felt trying to keep up with putting out content, what I've done for the moment is I've created 3 full vlogs plus short form content to associate with it. So it'll give me 3 weeks worth of material to put out. So a 3-week content cushion, if you will. And hopefully that will be enough so that I don't feel that immense pressure to, oh geez, I gotta get the vlog out this week. I gotta, and that'll give me the ability to keep with it and keep it coming out each week. So that is my plan moving forward with the vlog. In addition, around the time I stopped vlogging, I had been in Texas for a bit. I had been playing at the clubs. I had seen what they did, what I felt worked, what I felt didn't work, what I felt they might be missing. And I really wanted to get into the industry. I felt like I could bring value, bring a different perspective of, things that a lot of these clubs could do better, could do differently as far as marketing, structuring cash games and tournaments, service, general things like that. So a lot of my efforts wound up being focused on that. I did have the opportunity for a little while to work at Poker House Austin. I stopped. I wasn't working there end of March of 2024. They wound up getting booted out, I want to say August-ish, give or take. Word is they weren't paying their rent and some other bills, I guess. And so a new room came in, Austin Social Lounge. I wasn't a big fan of the name or the logo. I really did like the Poker House, the branding, the aesthetic. I felt that really popped. But I had an opportunity with Austin Social Lounge as well. It's only there for about a month. So left there a little bit ago as well. And so, to give you guys the cliff notes, I felt both operations, a lot of decisions weren't well thought through. A lot of the approaches to running the businesses were very rushed, and they suffered for it. So I'll probably create a video in the near future detailing some of my experiences there, as far as what I felt we did right, what I felt we did wrong. And, here in the Austin market for a long time, the Lodge was the game in town. They had 68 poker tables. They had the market. Texas Card House Austin was a distant second. They had 13 tables. And, the Lodge would get 15 to 20 cash games a day and run 3 tournaments. Texas Card House, distant second, 3 to 6 cash games a day, pretty lackluster tournament schedule overall. And that all changed recently, where Texas Card House moved to a new location. They went from 13 tables to 46. They're now by the aquarium here in Austin. And they moved to a new location with much better parking than they had at their old facility, which was not good. The Lodge's parking is terrible. And the room they built, when I was working for Poker House Austin and Austin Social Lounge, that was the nicest, aesthetically pleasing room in the market, in my opinion. But that all changed when Texas Card House launched their new room. I mean, it looks like a legitimate casino poker room. It is stunning, the room that they put together. The chairs are extremely comfortable, which is something that the Lodge has lacked for a long time now. They've needed to replace those chairs. And I spoke with Doug Polk. They are working on getting that done and sprucing up the room. They do have a lot of work to do. But what's happened now is, Texas Card House also has a full restaurant and bar. The Lodge is still building theirs out. Doug is saying it's opening soon, but a lot of that stuff has been moving pretty slow. So what's happened in Austin now is that there's competition. Texas Card House and the Lodge are in these giant promotional wars with each other. They're going back and forth, and they're giving away hundreds of thousands of dollars, for, high hands and this promotion and that promotion and bad beats. And it's great for the players. But to me, it's kind of funny because they're, I don't know how long-term sustainable it is for either of them. They're both fighting over the same pie, and that pie, in my opinion, consists of too many overly serious poker enthusiasts and not enough fun recreational players. And that touches on my belief in as far as how these rooms are marketing themselves and how they're structuring their cash games and their tournaments in a way that I feel is negative for the poker economy and negative for their business model. So in my upcoming video, where I will detail, my time at poker clubs and my experiences and what I felt worked and didn't work, I'll also point out, my thoughts on marketing, on creating a sustainable poker economy, protecting your lower stakes entry level games, protecting your recreational players, even protecting the degenerates from themselves. As a room operator, you don't want players going broke, right? You want people playing in those seats as long as possible, generating you revenue. So there are things that I feel can be done differently that these rooms are not doing. And, I'll touch on that. And, maybe, some of the viewers out there, you guys would appreciate that insider's perspective where I've worked in these poker clubs. You'll see some of the workings that go on, some of the decisions. And, some of you out there, maybe you're running your own poker club and you're struggling, or maybe you're thinking about, opening a poker club. And, so hopefully some of my input will, help you have a different perspective than what I feel a lot of these rooms, approach the industry as. So that's something that I'm hoping to do within the next month or so and get that out. And hopefully you guys will like it. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you'd like to see. So I forgot to mention it, but the primary reason that I'm returning to creating content is that a number of new viewers have been finding the channel, leaving comments, reaching out to me saying, hey, where'd you go? You disappeared. I've had people seeing me at the clubs, coming up to me saying, hey, I miss your content. And so it felt good that, people still, enjoy the channel. People are still finding the channel. People miss the humor and the content that I put out. It feels good to be appreciated. So the reason pretty much that I'm returning is because of all of you reaching out and letting me know that you cared is getting me back in the booth, putting out the content. So I do appreciate it. Inez, the devil dealer who flies across cackling at me, she had been dealing at the lodge. Her husband's still up here. She's down in, I think, Daytona right now in Florida, taking care of her mother. So she hasn't been, she just visited a few weeks back for about a week. So I got to see her again, hug her and say hello again. And she said that two people down in Daytona saw her and recognized her from my channel. So that's really cool that, that people, are approaching her too and recognizing her. So considering I'm still pretty small potatoes with, 2,500 subscribers, but I want to get the channel to 5,000 subscribers, and then to 10,000, and then 20,000. Let's get to 50,000. Let's get to 100,000. I want one of those YouTube plaques or whatever the hell they've got. I know it's a lot of work. It took me a year to get like 1,700 subscribers. So hopefully, now that I'm going to be continuing with putting the content out on a regular basis, I'm going to be adding in short form content as well. So hopefully that will help grow the channel. But you guys liking, commenting, subscribing, it all immensely helps the channel. I want to grow this thing. Obviously there's not a lot of people putting PLO content out there. It doesn't get the traffic and the eyeballs that the Hold'em channels do, but it's there's a lot more competition on the Hold'em side. So if you appreciate my content, please leave comments, like it, share it, call up your Graham, have her subscribe to the channel. It all helps. So once again, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Like and subscribe, bitches.